Hi, this is Jonathan. How you guys doing? Today we're going to feature something new from Hotone or Hotone. This is the Ampero 2 Stomp. thank Ari from Hotone for passing this unit for review. I'm going to show you how to create a patch from scratch. So there's no talking because all this is being hooked up in stereo. I run out of inputs for my mic. So you can kind of see that it's easy to create a patch, and going through the parameters. It takes a while, right? Because there's so many things to play around with, right? Hope you enjoy this. So on the top panel, you have 3 foot switches and 3 knobs for you to control all these parameters on here if you are in edit mode. And then you have the master volume, and then you have a menu and a value. So you can kind of like press in and you go into there, back out again, you know. Yeah, really convenient. Now, if you want to access the tuner, all you need to do is hold the first one and then you can tune here, all right? And there are other parameters here, like, you know, what sort of pitch reference and what mode. And all you need to do to exit is just press back and you're back to the first patch. If you want to go to the second patch, hit the second patch, third patch, all right? Basic, that's about it. And then from here on this foot switch, on the third foot switches, if you hold down to it, you are able to change the Stomp mode, right? So back again to patch mode and then to Stomp mode. In Stomp mode, you can actually activate whatever effects that you have right here that you set up in your chain. You can actually call it off and on these 2 foot switches only. Only the 2 foot switches will control these 2 effects that you have, and that's about it. Right? It's a bit limited, but you know, at least it's better than nothing. So back to patch mode again, and there you have it. I have hooked up the Ampero Control with the Ampero 2. This goes by MIDI. It's a bit tricky, but once you get the hang of it, you will understand how to use this Ampero Control to control whatever patches there are. So I can call up patch 1, patch 2, patch 3, patch 4. So I have 4 presets, right, in one bank, or rather in this in sequence. So I have the clean, the semi-clean, the dirty or distortion, and a full-blown solo. So this is the way I work. And if I want to, like, you know, assess, like for example, I'm in the dirt, well, kind of like semi-clean, I can just hang on to this and I'm in Stomp mode, so I can call off whatever effects I have, like for example the tremolo or the chorus, by just activating or deactivating from the Stomp mode with these two foot switches. And if I'm happy with it and I move on to another patch, I just hit on and I'm in patch mode and I can carry on with other patches. Yeah. So the way the MIDI works is you can either hook it up with the MIDI cable or with the USB. I haven't tried the USB yet. I spent a lot of time with the MIDI cable, with the MIDI connection. So you just remember one thing, that once you set the program change and everything, you got to save it in order for it to be activated. Yeah, so that's the tricky part. And if you want to learn more about the Ampero Control, there are other videos about this in Ampero's website. And they will explain to you how to set this up with a phone app. I like this unit a lot. Okay, just go through a little bit of what this Ampero 2 Stomp is all about. Now, y'all might know that I reviewed the Ampero, the first Ampero, and I was really impressed with it. The construction, the way that, you know, everything pans out with a touch screen and the modeling that they have, the models of the amps and the caps. I was really impressed with it. It came with a expression pedal, right? So it was, I think, on an aluminum chassis. It's really well built. Now this is the Ampero 2. Differences? Well, it has a tri-core right now. So it has a new gen tri-core DSP platform. So you can have a little bit more slots. You have a little bit more effects and whatever effects you put, like more, like, you know, you can even go like series apparel, like, you know, bi-amping and stuff like that. But there is a limit. You have no expression pedal, so it's up to you to procure for yourself an expression pedal. Now, I will recommend the Hotone Soul Press 2. Great expression pedal. In fact, I have that and I want to use that with this, but not in the way that there's a jack here for expression pedal. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it the old school, because that Soul Press pedal has a wah-wah pedal built in, and I like the wah-wah. I really love it a lot. So I'm going to use that in conjunction with this. Now, basically you have like our 20 classic Celestion IRs. So as far as cabinets are concerned, you're set. right? You're ready to go. And then you have like 87 amps. Crazy. 460 effects ranging from boosters to noise gates to, you know, weird stuff. Like, you know, you think of it, it's there, right? And there are a lot of clones or replicas of famous effects like the Tube Screamer, the Clone, Klon, you know, all this stuff. And you can spend like hours and probably days, you know, going through the list. It also have a 60-second stereo looper, and that's cool. No drum machine, thank God. Yeah, I mean, I like the drum machine and all, but too much of a good thing is just too much. So having a looper is fine. You know, 60-second looper, you can actually use this to rehearse or to play, fine. But in a live context, I don't want to have the looper coming out of nowhere. So I had to be really careful about this. It's really easy to use once you get down to reading the manual. That's what Ari told me. And like most of you guys, we don't read manuals. We thought we can just, you know, scroll through. I did, you know, I got through it like without reading a manual because I was so familiar with the Ampero. But when it comes to more intricate matters like getting the Ampero Control to work with this, then you gotta dwell and deep dive into the MIDI parameters and stuff like that. I had like, you know, I spent like a couple of hours trying to get that MIDI thing happening. Found out later on that it wasn't my MIDI cable. It was my brain that tells me that, you know, I should be doing CC command instead of program change command. So long story. Anyway, I settled it. I got it squared away. So now I can use these two in conjunction. So the way I do it is I have these 4 foot switches here, which will control 4 patches. And this range from clean, semi-clean, distortion to full-blown solo. That's the way I work with my Helix, the same thing. And on the unit itself, I can switch to Stomp Mode just by hitting this and just pressing it, and you'll go into Stomp Mode. And from here, these two, I can decide which one I want to keep or which one I want to activate or deactivate, like, you know, chorus, tremolos, delays, and stuff like that, you know. So that will give you a little bit more options to play around with, you know, when you're playing with this live. So the way I have it hooked up, MIDI to here, and I'm good to go. And of course, the Soul Press 2 will be somewhere around here, so I can, you know, kind of toggle the volume as well as the wah. And I'm planning to use this for, you know, my church service or worship service or small gigs. This will work, you know, and it's easy to carry, it's easy to set up. You know, once I got it all set up, I can put it in a bag that Ari sent me, which is so kind of him. So this is a bag that Ari sent me, and in it there is enough space for the Ampero 2 Stomp, as well as the Soul Press, as well as the Ampero Control with the various power supply, as well as MIDI cable and whatever and whatnot. So you have additional slots here, pockets here for the cables. Cool. And all you need to do is just to sling it, you know, get a sling and you're good to go. Or you can tie this up to your guitar and you can carry all this in one go. Pretty cool. Now, of course, the bag and the Ampero Control are available in the Hotone or Hotone's website. So I guess it's available where Hotone products have been sold. As far as sound is concerned, right, I'm really impressed with some of the amps that are featured here. With the caps, the Celestion caps, nice. And I can even use my own IRs, which I haven't loaded in yet. So I'm just loving what I'm hearing right now. Everything that you hear in the song is from here. You know, nothing is external. Everything is from this unit. And I tweaked it, and I want to tell you that these 4 patches are available for you to download. I'm going to put a download link in the description box. So if you have this unit and you want to try out my patches, just go ahead and download it and play around with it. Now, of course, it will sound different with your setup because I'm using like different guitars and stuff like that, right? Just a disclaimer, right? And you have a lock switch here, so in case you don't want people to fool around with this, you just have to press on and it's red and everything is locked. You know, so no one will fool around with whatever your parameters are. Yeah, cool. And you have MIDI in, MIDI out on the side. You have a external control for expression pedals if you need to. 2 sets of input, so you can hook up to your keyboard or whatever. In guitar, you will probably hook up to the left, which is a mono, and you have stereo output. If you're going mono, they just come out from the left output, and you're in mono. On-off switch, very good, and the power supply. And on the other side, you have send and return. So it has an effects loop, really cool. So you can put on your favorite whatever, time-based unit or whatever you want into here, and then you can have your music in, so aux in for your MP3 player, and then have headphones out. All right, all thought out really carefully, really nicely. And the fact that this unit is in white is so cool. It fits my table actually, so I could just leave it there if I choose to. It's an attractive looking unit with touch screen. I think this is improved, so the response is really fast, faster than the Ampero. Yeah, I can remember. Yeah, it's nice. It's easy to work around. It's not so difficult. The knobs all are easy to work with. There's no hair tearing trying to get your different parameters. There's a global setting where you can have your setup on what MIDI and how you're going to use the MIDI, and your global EQ, which is so important because every place that you go, every place that you play will have different acoustics, so you can kind of like EQ this whole unit, globally as a whole. And then you have the option to factory reset, like just reset this whole thing. You can also choose whether you want your MIDI to be by the traditional way or by USB, which I haven't tried yet. So I'm just waiting for the cable to come. And I've ordered a cable, and once this comes, then I will try it and I will let you guys know. All in all, I'm pretty impressed with this Stomp 2. The cabinets, of course, it gives you a whole lot of stuff to play around with. You can choose what mics you want, and there's a new feature where there's a mix where you can use different mics, a combination of different mics, and that's so good because you can have like a condenser with a rabbit mic, right? Really cool. Of course, the usual, you can place your mic position and stuff like that, and even a high cut and a high and low cut filter. I kind of like the way it's been set up to work with MIDI foot switches like the Ampero Control, because I think this is really important. Because a unit like this, they're just too little foot switches. I find that this unit is great for guitarists who don't want to carry like really heavy stuff, like guys who bought a HX Stomp, for example. This will be right up their alley if they're not happy with the 160, which I doubt. But this is a good alternative. I think it's an affordable alternative. And with the back, everything is like so convenient and so mobile and portable. Great unit to have for a musician who just want this in their desktop. If they want to rehearse at home, run parts, or even record with this, no problem. You can actually record this unit through the USB out into your DAW if you choose to. I went the old school way. I went the stereo out because I want to hear the analog signal and how it sounds like, because the digital and analog converters are very important, because you're going to use this live. You better test out how it's going to sound like in analog. Right, so I'm going to put a price down here. Right now, the unit can be ordered through Hotone's website. So it's about $4.99 USD. Yeah. And let me know what do you think about this Ampero 2 Stomp, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. So I had a great time with this unit. Spent a lot of hours on it, and I'm glad because I learned something. A lot of time was wasted on the MIDI setup, which silly me. In any case, I got it all squared away. I'm pretty happy with what I have right now, and I am planning to use this live for my worship service in church. All right. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and join this channel. Press that bell for notification of future videos, and be part of the patrons that support this channel. I would appreciate it. I thank all my patrons for the love and the friendship. Thank you guys. So in the meantime, you guys take care. There are lots to come. Yep. And I'll see you again. Arrivederci.